Hi friends, welcome to my channel Health and Pharmacy Topics. In this video, I am going to explain about the common prefix, root and suffix in anatomy and physiology. Generally, in anatomy and physiology, the terms are little bit complex. They are combinations of prefixes, roots and suffixes. So, what is prefix, what is root and what is suffix? Let me explain. Prefix is the beginning word, root is the middle one, suffix is the ending word. So, before going into the subject deeply, if we learn prefixes, roots, and suffixes here itself, the subject will be very easy to understand. For example, let me explain with a word agranulocyte. Let us break agranulocyte. So, here I will break after A and I will break after granulo. So A is a prefix word, granulo is the root word, site is the suffix one. The meaning of prefix A is lack of. The meaning of root word granulo is granules. The meaning of site is a cell. So if we combine the meaning of entire term, it is uh, the cell without granules is called agranulocyte. Example, monocytes and lymphocytes. So these monocytes and lymphocytes are agranulocytes. That means inside the cell there are no granules. Okay. In anatomical subject, they will mention as lymphocytes and monocytes or agranulocytes. So if we learn this agranulocyte meaning here itself, we will understand that sentence very easily. Next, so let us learn some common prefixes, suffixes and roots with examples and their meanings. So here prefix means beginning word. So, first one, a or an. The meaning of a or an prefix is lack of. Example is agranulocyte. As I told you before, the agranulocytes means cell without granules is called agranulocyte. See here, monocytes. Example, inside this monocyte cell, there are no granules. Next one is angio. Angio means vessel. Example, angioplasty. That means a procedure used to open blocked arteries is called angioplasty, or any blocked blood vessel is called angioplasty. So angio means vessel, plasty means opening of the vessel. Anti means against. Example, anticoagulants. So the drugs used to prevent coagulation are called anticoagulants. So these drugs are used against the coagulation. Anti means against, coagulant means coagulation. So these drugs are used to prevent coagulation are called anticoagulants. Next one is brady. Brady means slow. Example, bradycardia. Bradycardia means slow heart rate is called bradycardia. See here in this ECG, the distance between the PQRS complex are high. That means the heart rate is very slow. So slow heart rate is called bradycardia. Next one is broncho. Broncho means bronchus. Example, bronchitis. See here in this structure of lungs, these are two lungs, and above this there is a tree like structure. This is called bronchus. If any inflammation happens here, this is called bronchitis. Broncho means bronchus, itis means inflammation. That means inflammation of the bronchus is called bronchitis. Next one, ab. Ab means away from. Example, abduction. So here in this image, this person is moving his hand away from the body. This is called abduction movement. Next one is ed. Ed means towards. Example, adduction. So here, if he moves his hand towards the body, movement is called adduction. Next one is anti. Anti means before or in front of. Example, anterior. So this skull is faced in front of. This is called anterior position of the skull. Next example is baro, means pressure. Example, baroreceptors. So these receptors will open or close based upon the changes in the pressure. So hence these are named as baroreceptors. Next one is circum. Example, around. Circum meaning around. Example, circumduction. So here this person is moving his hand in a circular motion. This movement is called circumduction movement. Next one is di. Di means two. Example, disaccharide. So here in this structure, sucrose is a disaccharide. That means it is made up of two saccharide rings. Next one, card. Card means heart. Example, cardiac muscle. Okay, heart muscle is called cardiac muscle. Next one is chole. Chole means bile. Example, cholecystitis. See here, this is a liver, and below the liver there is one small structure called gallbladder. So gallbladder contains bile. If any inflammation happens in the gallbladder, it is called cholecystitis. That means inflammation of the gallbladder. Next one is derm. Derm means skin. Example, dermatitis. See here in this picture, there is some inflammation on the skin. This condition is called dermatitis. Derm means skin, itis means inflammation. So dermatitis means inflammation of the skin. Next one is dys. Dys means difficult. Example, dysuria. That means if a person has difficulty in urination, this is called dysuria. Next one is endo. Endo means inner. Example, endothelium. So the inner lining of the blood vessel is called endothelium. Next one, enter means intestine. Example, enterokinase. This is an enzyme that is synthesized from the intestine, hence it is called enterokinase. Next one is homo. Homo means same or steady. Example, homozygous. See here in this gene there are two alleles, capital A and two capital A's. So these two are similar alleles. See another gene, this is a small a and small a. These two are called homozygous genes. The organisms produced from this type of genes are called homozygous organisms. Hetero means different. Example, heterozygous. If these two hetero means different. Example, heterozygous. See here in this organism, these two alleles are different. One is capital A and the other one is small a. This type of organism is called heterozygous organism. Next one is oligo. Oligo means small. Example, oliguria. If a person releases small amount of urine, this is called oliguria condition. Next one is phago. Example, phagocytosis. The meaning is eating. So the process of cell eating is called phagocytosis. Next one is sarco. Sarco means muscle. Example, sarcoplasm. That means the cytoplasm of the muscle cell is called sarcoplasm. Next one. Next prefix is epi. Epi means upon. Example, epithelium. See here, This epithelium tissue layer covers the surface of every organ. So, mm, the every organ surface is covered by epithelial tissue. Next one is exo. Exo means outside. Example, exocytosis. It is a process where the cellular contents are released outside the cell. See here in these vesicles there are some granules. So this vesicle comes near the plasma membrane. From here the two membranes combine and a small hole will form. From this hole the vesicular contents will be released into the extracellular space. This process is called exocytosis. Next one is extra. Extra means outside. Example, extracellular. So this is a cell and the space outside the cell is called extracellular space. Next one is erythro. Erythro means red. Example, erythrocyte. Erythro means red, cyte means cell. So red blood cell is called erythrocyte. Next one is gast. Gast means stomach. Example, gastric enzymes. The enzymes produced from the stomach are called gastric enzymes. Next one is heme, meaning blood. Example, hemolytic. That means lysis means breakdown, heme means blood. The breakdown of red blood cell is called hemolysis. Next one is hepat. Hepat means liver. Example, hepatic failure. Hepatic failure means liver failure. Next one is hyper, meaning excessively above. Example, hypertension. Hypertension means increased blood pressure is called hypertension. Next one is hypo. Hypo means below or under. Example, hypoglycemia. Hypo means below, glycemia means glucose levels. So if the blood glucose levels are below normal range, this condition is called hypoglycemia. Next one is intra. Intra means within. Example, intracellular. See here, this is a cell and inside the cell this is called intracellular space. Next one is lact. Lact means milk. Example, lactation. Lactation means the process of milk production is called lactation. Next one is lymph. Example, lymph tissue. Meaning lymph tissue. Example, lymphocyte. So here see, this is a lymphocyte. Next one is lyso. Lyso means breakdown. Example, lysozyme. Lysozyme means the enzyme that is helpful in breakdown process is called lysozyme. Next one is micro. Micro means small. Example, microbe. This is a small organism. This is called microorganism. Next one is myo. Myo means muscle. Example, myocardium. So the heart muscle is called myocardium. Myo means muscle, card means heart. So heart muscle is called myocardium. This one. Next one is neo. Neo means new. Example, neoplasm. That means new cell growth is called neoplasm. Next one is nephro. Nephro means kidney. Example, nephron. The structural unit of kidney is called nephron. Next one is neuro. Neuro means nerve. Example, neuralgia. Neuralgia means pain. Neuro means nerve. So nerve pain is called neuralgia. Next one is osteo. Osteo means bone. Example, osteocyte. That means the cells present in the bone are called osteocytes. Next one is pneumo. Pneumo means lung or air. Example, pneumothorax. If the lungs are filled with air, that condition is called pneumothorax condition. Next one is poly. Poly means many. Example, polyuria. That means if a person has repeated urination, that condition is called polyuria. Next one is sub. Sub means under. Example, sublingual. That means the location below the tongue is called sublingual position. Next one is tachy. Tachy means excessively fast. Example, tachycardia. See here in this ECG, the complexes are very fast. That means the time gap between the complex is very fast. That means the heart is beating very fastly. Next one is tri. Tri means three. If a carbohydrate structure is made up of three saccharide rings, that is called trisaccharides. Next one is vaso. Vaso means vessel. Example, vasoconstriction. That means the constriction of any vessel is called vasoconstriction. Is roots. Roots means middle parts. So the middle parts of an anatomical terms are called roots. First one is gen. Gen means origin or production. Example, pathogenicity. That means the ability of an organism to produce any disease is called pathogenicity. Next one is hydra. Hydra means water. Example, dehydration. That means the loss of water content from the body is called dehydration. Next one is mega. Mega means large. Example, splenomegaly. Here see mega comes under middle of the word. So splenomegaly means enlargement of the spleen is called splenomegaly. Next one is opt. Opt means eye. Example, exophthalmos. That means bulging of the eyes condition is called exophthalmos condition. Next one is path. Path means disease. Example, neuropathy. That means the disease of the nerves is called neuropathy. Next one is tox. Tox means poison. Example, hepatotoxic. If any chemical or a substance is poison to the liver, that condition is called hepatotoxic condition. Next one, suffixes. Suffixes means endings. That means endings of the anatomical words are called suffixes. First one is amia. Amia means of the blood. Example, hypovolemia. That means decreased volume of blood is called hypovolemia. Next one is blast. Blast means germ or bud. Example, osteoblast. That means the germ or bud of bone cell is called osteoblast. So from osteoblast, osteocytes will form. These are the final cells. Osteoblasts are the buds. Cyte means cell. Example, osteocyte. Osteo means bone, cyte means cell. So the bone cells are called osteocytes. So osteocytes means bones cells. Next one is ema. Ema means swelling. Example, edema. That means any swelling is called edema condition. Next one is efferent. Ferent means carry. Example, efferent. That means these nerves will carry information. Next one is globin. Globin means protein. Example, myoglobin. That means the muscle protein is called myoglobin. Myo means muscle, globin is protein. So the muscle protein is called myoglobin. Next one is ism. Ism means condition. So example, hyperthyroidism. That means enlargement of the thyroid gland is called hyperthyroidism. So this condition is called hyperthyroidism. In hyperthyroidism conditions, the thyroid hormones will also get elevated in the blood. Next one is itis. Itis means inflammation. Example, appendicitis. Appendicitis means inflammation of the appendix is called appendicitis condition. See here in this intestine part, one small structure is there here. This small structure is called appendix. If any inflammation happens here, this condition is called appendicitis condition. Next one is oid. Oid means resembling. Example, sigmoid colon. So here this colon shape is resembles an S shape. So this is called sigmoid colon. Next one is oma. Oma means tumor. Example, carcinoma. That means any tumor is called carcinoma. Next one is called Ari. Ari means referring to. Example, secretary. Secretary means referring to any secretions is called secretary. Next one is plasm. Plasm means substance. Example, cytoplasm. So inside the cell there will be some uh, chemical called cytoplasm. Next one is rasia. Rasia means excessive flow. Example, menorrhagia. Menorrhagia means excess flow of the menstruation is called menorrhagia. Next one is ria. Example, discharge. Sorry, meaning discharge. Example, diarrhea. Diarrhea means excess discharge of fecal material or any electrolytes from the body is called diarrhea condition. Urea means urine. Example, nocturia. Nocturia means noctu means night time, urine means urea. So if urination occurring in the night time, that condition is called nocturia condition. Next one is scler. Scler means hard. Example, atherosclerosis. That means hardening of the blood vessels condition is called atherosclerosis. This hardening occurs due to plaques formation or any cholesterol depositions. That condition is called atherosclerosis condition. Next one is penia. Penia means deficiency of. Example, neutropenia. That means deficiency of neutrophils is called neutropenia. So guys, if you like this video, please encourage me by liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel Health and Pharmacy Topics. If you have any doubts regarding this topic, please mention those in the comment section below. In next video, I will come with another new topic on anatomy and physiology. Thank you for watching.